Welcome again. We are going to draw yet another bat today, and this one will be called Percival's Trident bat. So let's have a look. It's called the Trident bat, I think at least, because it's got a trident-like structure on the top of its nose, like this. Undoubtedly, this is used for some echolocation or eating purpose. It's got very small beady eyes, here we go, as is par of the course for bats. And of course, as it is with bats, it's important to keep in mind that, well, making them caricatures or something like that is actually quite difficult because, well, bats themselves are very caricaturish to start with. So here we go. It's got a prominent chin, this is right here. Thick lips, so hopefully we can see it right here. I noticed that my camera is a bit shaky at the moment. I'm afraid I can't do too much about that. So it's got these facial patterns, a bit darker around its muzzle and eyes. So here we go. This is actually a pretty small species of bat, as most are actually, but for drawing purposes, let's make this a bit better. Let's see. Well, I'm afraid it doesn't work as well as I would hope, but here we go. For drawing purposes, I have to blow them up a bit compared to each other, I guess. So I'm putting these very small bats in the foreground as much as possible, but this is difficult at times. Still doesn't seem to work too well. Let's see. Aye, look at that. That's much better. So by now we've drawn its face, and as anyone drawing bats will find out, I guess, is that, well, bats have rather high foreheads, usually. So the eyes fall rather low on the face. I suppose that compared to humans, they would be even lower than you would draw them in humans. So let me see, those ears need to be about the same size, and I'm running into some problems here, I guess. So let's make this one a little bit broader. Here we go. That's better. So don't forget the outline of the ear and a bit of the inside to give it a bit more volume. Here we go. So here we've drawn what is usually the most difficult part of a bat, its face. And let's give it some eyebrows. Now, this is something I need to work on a bit. Yeah, this is more even, still not as even as it could be. And let me draw its wings now. This one I'm going to draw into a rather, rather dynamic posture with its wings spread out wide. Here we go. There's its thumb, and we're looking at it from looking at the wing from the front, more or less, so we see very little in terms of the membrane. This is largely behind perspective, behind the rest of the bat perspective-wise. It falls away. So here we go. When you draw a bat, make sure not to let its wings come out of its neck, so to speak. Make sure you've got an actual shoulder. It's easy to forget, but it makes quite a difference. So we can't draw the entire wing here. Actually, I have to, otherwise this bat is way too way too big compared to the flying fox in front of it. So let's make the best of this. Sometimes you'll have to make do with what you can. Now, oh, careful, here we are. Given the way we are drawing the bat, I'm going to draw it from the front, so we see actually very little. Let's just have some feet here of the back part of the animal. So here's the feet, here's one of the feet, and the other one is just like this. So drawing it so small, you can imagine that it's somewhere behind, and this is actually a rather dynamic picture. So let's give it some more emphasis with a few lines so you get an idea of movement. And let me darken a few things here a bit to give it a bit more volume and a je ne sais quoi. Here we are, our trident bat. Enjoy.